I can get your attention, we're going to begin the meeting. It's the May 15th, 2019 Miami Valley Communications Council meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good afternoon. We'll start with introductions. Mr. Wanamaker, if you could start for us, that'd be great.
Okay, I'm Joe Wanamaker, City of Kettering Council.
George Bayless, City of Kettering.
Rob Stevens, City of Oakwood, Council.
Jay Weiskircher, MVC staff.
Greg Thompson, City of Miamisburg.
Brian Lustig, City of Germantown.
Rick Barnhart, City of West Carrollton.
Janie Ridd, City of Springboro.
Brooks Compton, City of Centerville.
Great, thank you. Moving right along, we're to the point where we approve the meeting minutes from the April 17th meeting. Does anyone have any comments or discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move we approve the April 17, 2019 minutes as presented.
Is there a second? All right, those are approved. I guess we need to vote on that. If everyone is in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, they're approved. All right, today we have two presentations, and I'm going to turn it over to Jay to do the introductions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have two staff members here this evening to talk about some things that they do on a daily basis. The first presenter is Yolanda Stevens. Yolanda is our training and development manager, and last month she celebrated her 3-year anniversary with MVCC. Prior to coming to work here, she had her own consulting business and worked with companies on employee job performance issues. Yolanda's primary duties involve developing and planning training programs specifically tailored for employees working in our member and affiliate cities. We have a very robust training menu, and Yolanda works closely with her counterparts at Miami Valley Risk Management Association and the Center for Local Government in Cincinnati to make sure that the programs we offer complement rather than duplicate other available training programs. Yolanda is here this evening to provide you an update that will include programs that we have already completed this year, and also to talk about some programs in the pipeline for the remainder of the year. So with that as a little bit of background, I'll turn it over to you, Yolanda.
Hello everyone. How's everybody tonight?
Good.
Wonderful, great. Okay, everyone should have a folder, an MVCC folder, which has lots of good information in it for you. I'm going to kind of walk you through some things about what the MTA has been up to and what we have planned for the future as well. In your folders, you have a few things. You have a copy of the PowerPoint that I'm going to walk through tonight. And Jay said that I have an hour, so if that's okay with you all, I'll take it. So. But just to give you a little bit of an overview about the Municipal Training Academy, it actually came about in 1992 and was an initiative that came out of the GovTech Committee. So what they found was that training was needed by all of the cities and that there were a lot of commonalities amongst the cities in terms of what they needed. So out of that came the Municipal Training Academy. It was developed to provide some customized training solutions and to provide a one-stop for cities to come to with their professional development needs. Some of our benefits include very timely training, cost-effective training. So instead of having to go out and get independent consultants and pay astronomical fees, cities can come here to MVCC, to our Municipal Training Academy, let me know what their needs are, and from that we develop training and bring in subject matter experts to address their needs. We customize programs specifically for our cities and municipalities. It also means that we can keep up with best practices and what's going on in the cities, and they can share information. One of the new things that we've been doing since 2018 is we're kind of serving as an internal consultant. So what I found over the past couple of years since I've been here is that there may be particular cities or particular issues within cities, and they can come to me and say, Yolanda, we've got this issue. For instance, they may have like a customer service issue, and I can serve as an internal consultant to those cities, talk to them about their issues, and then come up kind of with a plan on how they can help address those things. And where I come in is I provide training to help them resolve some of the issues. For instance, with Fairborn, I conducted multiple training. Cities trained a lot of their internal employees on customer service issues. We have other cities that come to me, and I'm kind of partnering with them and offering training for them. So one of the nice benefits with my background is that I can not only hire external consultants and subject matter experts, but I also do some training myself to address city and municipality needs. So that's kind of a new, unique offering that we are doing. Just a few statistics on MTA. We offer 40 plus different programs each year. These are kind of some averages. We do offer 1 hour training sessions, 3 hour, and multi-day sessions. Typically the cost for a city or an affiliate member would be $10 to $65 per employee. So I don't know where you'll ever find training at that cost, but that's what we're charging right now for our members and affiliate members. These are some of the programs that we offer. So if you want to get kind of a snapshot of what we offer, if anybody ever asks you, well, what does the MTA do? You can tell them our focal areas for training are leadership and management, safety training, technical training, and then general professional development. This is a snapshot, just some examples of the training offerings that we've had over the years, and you'll see, I mean, they're very diverse. We offer a supervisory development training program, which we actually just completed last week, which is a 3-day training. A new program that we offer since last year is a peer to supervisor training. All of the training that we offer comes from city needs. I continuously assess the needs of the cities. They tell me this is what we need, these are the issues, and I build the training program based upon the needs. So I don't just pull stuff out of the air. It's based on what the needs are and meeting those needs. And the peer to supervisor training was a big one that we heard, that managers are having kind of a challenge moving into the supervisory role. So we developed a training program for that, and that has been a very successful new program that we're offering. That planning and zoning board training, we just offered a couple of months ago, 3 sessions of that. We had about 65 people that attended that training. It was held over at the Centerville Police Training Facility. So that's a very, very good training. Elected officials programs, which I'm sure that many of you are aware of. I think Brooks actually presented at our last session a couple of years back. We offer that every 3 years. Effective performance management, those are all our leadership and management focused trainings. Safety, we want to make sure that our employees are safe and that we're following standards. Confined space entry has been a big one for us because there's been so many issues with trenches collapsing, that we offer that generally at least once a year. And when we offer it, we offer 3 to 4 training sessions. So multiple opportunities for employees to continuously stay on top of the standards and stay safe. And these are some of the other safety trainings: backhoe, forklift, aerial, bucket lift, trenching and shoring. I actually got to drive a backhoe, which I was really excited about. And then our technical training, asphalt, lay down and compaction, Microsoft Office Suite. We've got an Excel class tomorrow for our employees. And then there's some general professional development, which focuses a lot on our soft skills trainings. So those are the 4 focal areas that our training focuses on. Some of the additional kind of out-of-the-box type non-traditional training offerings or learning opportunities that we offer our monthly webinars. The OML offers a monthly webinar series that we actually subscribe to, and we host those webinars here on site. And so cities are able to come and watch and participate in these opportunities. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about some of those topical areas in a bit. We also do streaming video, so any training sessions that we record, they're made available on our website, so employees can go there anytime and catch up on trainings or research certain topics that they're interested in, and they can catch us via streaming video. And then lastly, non-traditional methods, we offer roundtables. And a roundtable is an opportunity for employees of a certain demographic or certain group to get together and brainstorm, benchmark, network, serve as a counseling group to one another, whatever they need. And we have we have 3 roundtables that we offer ongoing throughout the year. That's our administrative professionals. We offer that quarterly, and those are primarily our secretarial administrative staff. We have one for our human resources folks. So those are our HR managers, those who utilize the role or play the role of an HR representative. And they meet 5 to 6 times per year. And we have our planning and zoning roundtable, which is new. We started that last year. We have really good representation at those. And then our public works, we offer a roundtable in the spring and the fall. And that's an opportunity for them to really hone in on what's going on in the cities and to prepare for the seasons that are upcoming. So for instance, in October, we'll offer a snow and ice roundtable. So that'll be the topic. That's what they'll discuss. The last one, we were able to bring in a local meteorologist to talk about weather forecasting. So we look at what's going on, what the need is, what the hot topics are, and then we develop based on that. As Jay mentioned, we have local partners. Maverma is one of our partners, the Miami Valley Risk Management Association and the Center for Local Government. And part of that partnership is that we extend member benefits to one another. So it's reciprocity. They can attend our training programs, we attend their training programs as well. So our things are open to them. And we also work together to plan our training program so that we're not duplicating efforts. So it is a good partnership there. Just a few things. I kind of want to walk you through 2019, the year in review. These are a few snapshot photos of past or previous trainings. I think up here in the left we have our ethics training, which is always a full house. We pack out the Centerfield PD Center there. Then on the right-hand side, we have, that is our APSO Spring Roundtable from last year. Then we have backhoe training here, and our administrative roundtable is that center picture. Looks like they're having some fun in that picture, involved in an activity. And then the final picture is a picture from our supervisory development. So far this year, we've offered 23 courses, and we've had a combined attendance of approximately 274, and that's to date for this year. This is a year-to-date review, just kind of a look at what we've offered throughout the year. If you reference your folder, you also have this in kind of an outline form here. This gives you a snapshot of everything that we've done from January to date, up through June, actually. And these are some of the topics that we've had. I won't read all of them to you, but you can kind of look at those. Anything sound particularly interesting? Stand out to you? Hopefully so. And these are additional programs that we've offered. A new class that we've started this year is the Dealing with Personality Differences. We've offered 3 sessions of that. and that has been very popular. I actually teach that class, and it focuses on managing the different personalities that you work with. We all have the perfect personality, right? We think we do. Exactly, right? It's always the other person. But that class really teaches you about the different personality styles. It helps you to understand who you are, your strengths, and the areas that you need to improve upon, and how your personality interacts with others in the workplace, and gives you tools and tips, and participants actually leave with a plan of action when they attend that training. So that's a new program for us. So this is a snapshot of some of the things we've done. These are our upcoming or just past roundtables and webinars. Moving forward, these are some of the programs that we have scheduled and planned. During the summer, I always conduct city visits. Again, that's a time for me to really assess needs and see what's going on and stay on the pulse of what's going on in the cities, and to be able to gauge our programming around that. And these are some of the future programs we'll have, where we offer 2 sessions of the supervisory training every year. That'll happen again in September. And we'll continue our monthly webinars as well. And these are some of the topics that we'll focus on. And I actually get the opportunity to present the Effective Presentation Skills webinar, so I'm excited about that. Microsoft Access class, Excel, and then some additional future topics that we are scheduling. Our records training, aerial lift, bucket truck, and hazard communication as well. So those are some of the things we have planned for the future. All right. It didn't take an hour.
Appreciate that.
Okay, so this is breaking news for you all, because you are in the know now. If you look on the left side of your folder, let me also point out, I put a little handout in there with information about the roundtables and what they are and when they meet. But on that left-hand side, that last page is the MTA newsletter. And this is breaking news because this is hot off the press. You're the first ones to see it. So this is a quarterly newsletter, and it basically kind of gives you a snapshot of things that have happened, and we've kind of reinvigorated this. And I always include in this some type of learning, because that's our focus, is teaching people, helping people to become better. So it tells you some of the programs that we've done, and the learning component in this newsletter is the personality really does make a difference. So it teaches you a little bit about personalities and types of personalities. And then it gives you an overview of some of the trainings that we've completed the first quarter. And on the back of your newsletter, you'll see upcoming trainings as well. So that is an update on Municipal Training Academy. Any questions?
Who do you normally meet with when you visit the cities?
Usually I'm meeting with the HR directors, I meet with employees, I meet with some city managers. I try to really get a feel of from different dynamics, because depending upon who you talk to, the need is perceived differently. So, yeah. I try to diversify that.
When you're going to the cities, what are you looking for? Possibly deficiencies in operation or concerns that have been raised regarding some of the topics that you've raised in the MTA?
Well, I have kind of a general assessment or needs assessment of questions that I ask every cities. What I'm looking for is, what do you think you're doing well in your city? And what are the things that you're not doing as well as you think you should be? And how do we get you there? In terms of training, how can training help you to be the best that you can? So we're really looking at that kind of skills performance gap and how to kind of bridge that gap. So that's the primary focus when I'm in cities. I really try to get a feel of, like I said, employees and employee concerns with training as well, because I'll hear different things. When I'm in the trenches, you really get some different feedback. And then our training is developed again based on that. So.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? All righty. Okay. Well, if you all, if you are aware of any things that are happening or needs that arise, please reach out to me anytime. And I tell people all the time, I don't know what I don't know, so I need you to tell me. So I need you to keep me in the light in terms of what your needs are and what the Municipal Training Academy can do to help you. Right. Thank you.
Thanks, Yolanda. One other thing I wanted to mention about Yolanda, I believe it's in June, there's a regional HR conference here in Dayton, and Yolanda is going to be one of the presenters. And Yolanda, I believe it's what, how to be an effective trainer? Is that what you're presenting on?
Becoming an effective trainer when it's not technically your job. So the conference is an HR conference, as Jay mentioned, but a lot of times for HR professionals, they're called to train, but they don't really know how to train because it's not their primary job. So I'm going to teach them how to do that effectively.
Congratulations on that. Our next presenter this evening is Tom Spar. Tom is in the back of the room. He is MVCC's webmaster, and just yesterday he celebrated his 18th anniversary with this organization. So congratulations to Tom on that. Like everyone who works here, Tom wears a lot of different hats, but primarily he creates, updates, and maintains the websites for MVCC, several of our member city, and also for some of our affiliated agencies. Shortly after I came on board, I approached Tom and asked him to update the MVCC website. I can't say that he was happy to do so because I know it's been a heck of a lot of work for him, but he's been toiling away now for several months, and it's not a finished job yet, but they're getting very close. He has also been assisted by Liberty Lord, who is our volunteer and promotions coordinator, so the two of them have been working on this project together. This is something that's probably best seen in a video format, so Tom was kind enough to put together, I think it's a 5 to 7 minute video that he edits, and he runs you through some of the changes that we're making to the website. So let me run that, and then if you have any questions after that, again, Tom is in the back of the room, and he'll be happy to answer your questions.
Good afternoon, MVCC Council members. I'm going to give you a brief update on the redesign of MVCC.net. I promise to keep this short and informative, but hopefully no longer than a few minutes. We'll start with a quick overview of the history of MVCC.net, which went live on the internet in 1996. The first screen capture we see is the original 1996 site, and we'll move over to the second redesign, which was the year 2000. This is right before I got here. Third redesign was 2006. I did this one, and this one lasted for quite a while, about almost 10 years. That led up to the redesign in 2016, which is still the current site that we use. So let's take a look at this next new version of MVCC.net. Scroll down real quick and take a good look at it. As we can see, we have the channels, training announcements, MVCC news, all the city logos, a description / mission statement, and some YouTube videos down at the bottom. Everything is still a little bit of a work in progress, so we'll go with that. This site is being designed to bring about a fresher, more modern look, while also trying to incorporate better high-def photography and drone footage of MVCC and its member cities, as well as a better user experience for the mobile users, people on iPhones, iPads, etc. What you can see here as the screen shrinks, the software will eliminate certain less than necessary items, mainly photos and videos on screen sizes that are less than 992 pixels wide, which is give or take about the size of an iPad. We'll shrink this down to about an iPhone size. That's around 500, a little bit less pixels. We'll scroll down, we'll see that the videos and the high-def photography is eliminated, but the main hitting points for the website are still there: the training, the news, the channels. That makes it an easier, much cleaner user experience for people on mobile devices. This newer version of MVCC.net also marks a change in the management software for developing and managing the site on a day-to-day basis. Since the second redesign of MVCC.net in 2000, the site has been operating using the Joomla content management system, which, while providing a stable environment, is somewhat limited in security and design areas. This new website is being designed with Oxygen Visual Builder in conjunction with WordPress content management system. This software is a state-of-the-art setup and should be the foundation of MVCC.net for years to come. It provides greater security and design variations above and beyond the current Joomla software. While the content of MVCC.net has remained mostly the same over the life of the website, there are several new content areas I'd like to highlight for the council. The first one is the redesign of the Municipal Training Academy, or MTA. So if we click on that MTA tab, we will see Yolanda's new website. This is actually an entire brand new WordPress website that's hidden inside MVCC.net. This allows Yolanda to offer up her own separate area for potential future development. We've also discussed a plan of adding an online training school registration type of area to the site, and possibly also adding and automating the invoicing for future MTA registrations. This could potentially include the possibility of online payment for training classes using a cloud invoicing system such as Invoice Cloud. In an effort to incorporate social media platforms for MVCC in our cities into the new site, but not overwhelm the homepage design, we've included a menu item listed as the social wall. Let's click on the social wall and see what it says. You can see the social wall here in the menu at the very end. This page will load up all the Twitter and Facebook posts for MVCC in all 8 of its member cities, as well as the fire and police Twitter and Facebook posts for the cities that have departments using social media. This looks really cool, and it allows us to clear the homepage of unwanted clutter that can result from a multitude of social media posts. Let me go ahead and refresh this and see if we can get it to load in a decent amount of time. It looks really, really cool when it's loading at full speed. We'll see what kind of bandwidth we've got rolling through here. Okay, there come the Facebook posts in. You can see Facebook posts from the city of Oakwood, Springboro, West Carrollton, Greater Miami Valley EMS. I also have WHIO traffic that loads in here off their Twitter account. Twitter does load last, so this may take a second or two to work. Marine Police Department, WHIO traffic, Kettering OH, here come the Twitter accounts. You can see the Twitters in green and the Facebooks are listed in blue. Another new but highly requested addition to the site is the creation of online forms for equipment, volunteers, and production of programs by our government and volunteer producers. We open up the TV production area, go down to the bottom of the page, and in the past these would have been PDF paper forms that people would print, fill out, and physically return to MVCC. Now they can click on the online form version of, for example here, the TV class registration. They get the same paper form, they fill out, add their information, hit submit, and it goes directly to our production department. By adding these forms in both an online and a PDF format, we've tried to emphasize the availability of MVCC resources in hopes of expanding opportunities for MVCC volunteers to do both the public access and the educational channels. Before I wrap this up, I'd like to discuss one more content area that is sure to provide a round of groans and some rumbles from the council. This is, of course, the council page and the annual tradition of updating council member photos. As we click on the new council page, we see a need of new and current updated photos for the new site. If you're feeling frisky today, please find a staff member and we'll get a headshot from you today. Or plan on an MVCC staff member catching you at one of your city council meetings, hopefully within the next month. In closing, I want to mention that this new site is still a work in progress, and we're always welcome and open to input from our council members. If you have an interest or would like to offer some input, please feel free to drop me an email at tspar@mvcc.net, or go ahead and look me up on the contact page for the current mvcc.net website. That way I can provide you with a password to access the development site. All in all, we're hoping to have this site wrapped up and live within a few weeks. Thanks for your time and attention. I look forward to all of your new headshots for the council page. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thanks to you and Liberty for all the time and effort you've put into this. As everyone saw, this is a major undertaking, and many hours have already been spent, and hopefully they'll bring this to conclusion within the next several weeks, but it'll be a nice improvement to our website.
I'd also like to thank Yolanda and Tom for your efforts here. What you guys and staff do make all of us look pretty good, so we certainly appreciate that. So there's just a few comments that I have, and then we'll jump into the legislation. But first, before I do that, obviously the folks sitting around this table and the member cities know that we've been working on the fiber ring for numerous years, and we're to the point where we're ready to light up the ring. So there's been invitations sent out, over 175 invitations to you, to member cities, to people that have been involved in this project throughout the life of the project. And the light up is scheduled for Thursday, June 13th at 3 p.m. here at MVCC. Please, if you are going to attend, please reply. RSVP, it is on the form. And there's a good chance that Lieutenant Governor John Husted will be here to offer some comments. And there will also be elected officials from the 8 member cities, and all local state representatives have also been invited to attend. So please mark that on your calendar. One other comment is for August MVCC meeting date. We are looking to schedule a meeting for August 21st. That's the third Wednesday of the month. So it is on the agenda or on the schedule. If you are unavailable, please let staff know so we can make the appropriate plans. All right, we will jump into old business if there's no other comments. Jay?
One more short video presentation today. This one's only about a minute long, but our production crew has been out filming both the installation of the conduit for the fiber ring and also of the fiber itself. Right now, crews are working in West Carrollton, and as soon as they're done in West Carrollton, they'll be moving over to Moraine. It looks like that we're going to be able to bring this project into conclusion probably about the time of the fiber lighting ceremony in June. So that's a good thing as well. We do have additional crews out there working, so we're bringing this in on time. There's not only crews doing the boring work, but there's also separate crews pulling the fiber, as you will see from this very brief video. This is them actually drilling holes for the conduit itself. And that sleeve is what they put on there to actually pull it through. This crew right here is installing the fiber. There's the fiber tube right there. And what they're doing right there is splicing two cables together. Okay, so we're certainly making progress there. On the marketing side of this, we're now in the process of putting together a more formal agreement with the provider who is going to be purchasing 48 strands of fiber from us, and also purchasing the empty conduit that has been installed and is being installed. And putting those two transactions together, we're talking about a significant revenue generation stream, and we believe that working with this particular provider, there will be other opportunities for fiber purchases in the near future. We're hoping to have a draft agreement available approximately mid-June or thereabouts. We will share that with the city managers and each community's law director, and we'll also share that with this board as well when it becomes available. I guess our hope is that we can have something in place possibly in July or August at the latest. If it is August, we'll probably have you act on it at your scheduled meeting now on August 21st. In terms of our marketing effort, we continue to meet with anybody who might be interested in being a partner with us. We met recently with Montgomery County's Economic Development Director, had a very good conversation. We'll be having a second meeting here next week. They've obviously got some infrastructure out there that would be useful to us. We've got some things that obviously would be useful to them from an economic development standpoint. So it's something that we hope to be able to work with Montgomery County on in the future. So I would say this is sitting here before you today. I think things are looking real good from a marketing and a revenue generation standpoint. Not only a one-time revenue stream, but something that's going to benefit this organization, MVCC, directly as we look to the future. This excess fiber that we're putting in the ground is very valuable. It's going to be of great interest to a lot of people, and because of your forward thinking here, I think it's positioning us to be out ahead of the game, as we look down the road here. So. Again, I think it looks good. The people who we are working with, the provider who I would prefer to remain nameless for the time being, they're also got a lease purchase of a very, very large building north of 75 that they plan on using for a data center. That will be in addition to some data centers they'll be building south here as well. And with that data center up north, that would just be a natural extension for us to extend the MVCC net up into our northern suburbs and even out to the airport, where a lot of the new distribution facilities are either already built or are underway. So again, I think you're going to see here in the very near future some of the tentacles start to come out on this project. So I think that is all very good news, and we're very excited here as a staff as to the direction we are headed. If anyone has any questions, I'll be happy to try and answer your questions.
Jay, a quick question on if the one acquires the additional conduit, then they would have control of all the fibers in that. Is that
That's correct. And I guess my response to that is, obviously, it is to their economic advantage to try and fill that conduit as quickly as they can. And so I think that's going to benefit all of us who live in this area in terms of competition. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Are there any other comments or questions for Jay before we move on? Okay. Thank you very much. All right, we'll move ahead to new business. We have two pieces of legislation today. Both of these were addressed in your packets that you should have received. The first is Resolution 2019-006. This will authorize changes and updates to the MVCC bylaws. This resolution will confirm and approve the proposed changes to the MVCC bylaws that were shared with us at the April 17th board meeting. The changes would take effect immediately. There is a clean copy of the changes that were in your packet. GovTech has reviewed this, and are there any questions or comments or discussion about this? Okay, then I would ask for a motion to approve Resolution 2019-006.
so moved?
been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, the resolution has passed. The second piece of legislation is Resolution 2019-007, and this has to do with the 2019-2020 multi-peril insurance package authorization. Our multi-peril insurance policy expires on May 17th of this year, so we have been soliciting proposals from qualified carriers. We had 2 agents who shopped our coverages in the open market, so we're confident that the quotes represent the most competitive pricing currently available to us. The staff has attached the overview in the packet and recommends approval. Any questions or discussion on this? All right, I'd ask for a motion.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Everyone in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, the resolution carries. That's all for the legislation. We do have the need for a financial report from Sheila Tracy. So I'll turn it over to Sheila at this time.
I guess really everything's on track as it has been. If anyone has any questions about the report or needs any information, let me know.
Are there any questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sheila. All right. Is there a report from the executive director today?
The only other thing I would add is, coincidentally, we're talking about multi-peril insurance. I mentioned to you in the packet that one of our vans was involved in a multi-vehicle accident last week. One person was very seriously injured. I guess the person either had a brake problem or had a medical issue and struck 7 vehicles. Our van happened to be the first vehicle struck, did significant damage. Our vehicle is in the shop right now. I think the adjusters are going to be looking at it tomorrow, so we'll have a better idea tomorrow about where we go from here. This kind of puts a little bit of a monkey wrench into our plans to wrap the vans. We're certainly going to wrap the older van that we're going to keep. This van, depending on what happens, we'll either wrap it or we'll probably have to get either a new or a used van. So again, we'll keep you apprised as to what comes next here. Fortunately, neither Carl Sukamil nor Joe McKenzie, who were in the van, were injured. That's the most important thing. Obviously, you can always replace the vehicle, but just wanted to give you an update on that.
Thank
That's
you.
all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Jay. Are there any comments or questions, anything for the greater good from the rest of the board?
I would just like to apologize for missing the last meeting. I tell you the truth, I don't have any idea. I had it sitting on my passenger seat, and I just had a day that I was just kind of busy that day, and I headed off to another appointment. I apologize. I know you. I think we fortunately had a quorum, but I apologize for that. Was clearly my overlooking what I knew was on the schedule that day. So I can assure you that will never ever happen again.
Yeah, don't let it happen again. Thank you very much. So, is there anything else? All right, hearing nothing, I move to adjourn. Thank you very much.